So, I'm 25, and you know what? I'm glad. I'm bloody glad. I often hear people in their early 20s lamenting the time as a time when the last vestiges of childhood and wonder get swept away, and they are forced to become another boring adult, just like everyone else on the planet, and start worrying about all those things like jobs or family or taxes or all those other adult things. It's usually filled with this slight sense of creeping ennui, like the greatest and best things in life have been past, and the only thing between now and death is a long, dark tunnel of mindless drudgery and broken dreams. Well, bollocks to that. I've said before how 30 anything, much less 20 anything being considered old, really annoys me. And I very seriously doubt that these people who complain about being old at 21, if they were to drop dead that same day at their funeral, the first thing said about them was, well, they had a good innings. Pre-early modern Britain, we're talking the 18th century here, 25 would have been, at best, advanced middle age. Using the probably highly inaccurate website deathclock.org, I have calculated that I will most likely live to Sunday the 28th, 2073, which gives me just under 60 years of life left. When I think about all the multitudes of people throughout human history who have never even made it this far, or never will make it this far due to disease, poverty, violence, basically anything they're not in control of, I think we've got the way that we look at birthdays after a certain age totally wrong. Reaching a quarter of a century of life is a privilege, even if it's one you kinda can take for granted living in a country like this one, like indoor plumbing. I've also said before that adulthood doesn't really mean anything more than you get to decide what you do with yourself, how you define yourself. Childhood is really important, but it's only when you get to this age that you realise that you don't have any of the baggage left that goes with it. I realise now that the reason why I thought I knew everything when I was a teenager was, in a way, I was right. It was just that I lived in a very small corner of the world that we have carved out for ourselves called childhood and adolescence. And for some people it never gets bigger than that. Any bigger is too scary, too complicated, too much to handle. Like, I just want to stay here, where I'm comfortable, where I know what I'm doing, and I can do what I want to do in my own way, as far away from the abyss as possible. But, my friends, I've got to tell you, having been in that situation, it's a trap. It's comfortable, it's non-threatening, it may even be to some extent fulfilling. But that's the trap. Because one day you may find yourself waking up and seeing an actually old person looking back at you in the mirror. It's not death or old age that I fear, it's the unlived life, and I think that even if you are one of these people who thinks that 21 is super old and that you're past it, really, deep down, that's what you fear as well. As my dad is fond of saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. So I don't have very much planned for today. I'm going to edit this, I'm going to upload it, I'm going to have a nice meal with my parents. I feel like I should be out celebrating, but it's Sunday and raining and everywhere is shut. I suppose I've got another 21,408 days left. Until next time, chaps and chapettes.